Today, I am going to show you Vladimir Putin's lifestyle. Before the start of the video, make sure to leave a like. And if you want to see more content, subscribe to the Lux Tech channel. Let's get started. Vladimir Putin. In full, Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, born October 7, 1952, Leningrad, Russia, USSR, now St. Petersburg, Russia. Russian intelligence officer and politician who served as president 1999 to 2008 and 2012 to present of Russia, and also was the country's prime minister 1999, 2008 through 2012. Early career. Putin studied law at Leningrad State University, where his tutor was Anatoly Sobchak, later one of the leading reform politicians of the Perestroika period. Putin served 15 years as a foreign intelligence officer for the KGB, Committee for State Security, including 6 years in Dresden, East Germany. In 1990, he retired from active KGB service with the rank of lieutenant colonel and returned to Russia to become pro-rector of Leningrad State University, with responsibility for the institution's external relations. Soon afterward, Putin became an advisor to Sobchak, the first democratically elected mayor of St. Petersburg. He quickly won Sobchak's confidence and became known for his ability to get things done. By 1994, he rose to the first deputy mayor post. In 1996, Putin moved to Moscow, where he joined the presidential staff as deputy to Pavel Borodin, the Kremlin's chief administrator. Putin grew close to fellow Leningrader Anatoly Chubais and moved up in administrative positions. In July 1998, President Boris Yeltsin made Putin director of the Federal Security Service, FSB, the KGB's domestic successor, and shortly thereafter, he became secretary of the influential Security Council, first and second terms as president of Russia. On December 31, 1999, Yeltsin unexpectedly announced his resignation and named Putin acting president. Promising to rebuild a weakened Russia, Putin's austere and reserved easily won the March 2000 elections with about 53% of the vote. As president, he sought to end corruption and create a strongly regulated market economy. Putin strongly objected to U.S. President George W. Bush's decision in 2001 to abandon the 1972 Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty. In response to the September 11 attacks on the United States in 2001, he pledged Russia's assistance and cooperation in the U.S.-led campaign against terrorists and their allies. Nevertheless, Putin joined German Chancellor Gerhard Schroeder and French President Jacques Chirac in 2002 and 2003 to oppose U.S. and British plans to use force to oust Saddam Hussein's government in Iraq. Overseeing an economy that enjoyed growth after a prolonged recession in the 1990s, Putin was easily re-elected in March 2004. In parliamentary elections in December 2007, Putin's party, United Russia, won an overwhelming majority of seats. Though the fairness of the elections was questioned by international observers and the Communist Party of the Russian Federation, the results nonetheless affirmed Putin's power. Putin as Prime Minister. Soon after Medvedev won the March 2008 presidential election by a landslide, Putin announced that he had accepted the position of chairman of the United Russia Party. Confirming widespread expectations, Medvedev nominated Putin as the country's prime minister within hours of taking office on May 7, 2008. Russia's parliament confirmed the appointment the following day. Although Medvedev grew more assertive as his term progressed, Putin was still regarded as the main power within the Kremlin. Widespread irregularities in parliamentary elections in December 2011 triggered a wave of popular protest, and Putin faced a surprisingly strong opposition movement in the presidential race. On March 4, 2012, however, Putin was elected to a third term as Russia's president. In advance of his inauguration, Putin resigned as United Russia chairman, handing control of the party to Medvedev. He was inaugurated as president on May 7, 2012, and one of his first acts upon assuming office was to nominate Medvedev to serve as prime minister. the third presidential term of Vladimir Putin. Putin's first year back in office as president was characterized by a largely successful effort to stifle the protest movement. Opposition leaders were jailed, and non-governmental organizations that received funding from abroad were labeled as foreign agents. Tension within the United States flared in June 2013, when U.S. National Security Agency, NSA, contractor Edward Snowden sought refuge in Russia after revealing the existence of several secret NSA programs. Snowden was allowed to remain in Russia on the condition that, in the words of Putin, he stop bringing harm to our American partners. After chemical weapons attacks outside Damascus in August 2013, the U.S. made the case for military intervention in the Syrian civil war. Putin commemorated the 20th anniversary of the adoption of the post-Soviet constitution in December 2013 by ordering the release of some 25,000 individuals from Russian prisons. In a separate move, he granted a pardon to Mikhail Khodorkovsky, the former head of Yuko's oil conglomerate, who had been in prison for more than a decade on charges that many outside Russia claimed was politically motivated. The Ukraine conflict and Syrian intervention. In February 2014, when the government of Ukraine President Viktor Yanukovych was overthrown, after months of sustained protests, Yanukovych fled to Russia. Refusing to recognize the interim government in Kyiv as legitimate, Putin requested parliamentary approval to dispatch troops to Ukraine and safeguard Russian interests. By early March 2014, Russian troops and pro-Russian paramilitary groups had effectively taken control of Crimea. Putin referred to the region as Novorossiya, New Russia, evoking claims from the imperial era. And although all signs pointed to direct Russian involvement in the insurgency, Putin steadfastly denied having a hand in the fighting. On July 17, 2014, Malaysia Airlines flight MH17, carrying 298 people, crashed in eastern Ukraine, and overwhelming evidence indicated that it had been shot down by a Russian-made surface-to-air missile, fired from rebel-controlled territory. Western countries responded by tightening the sanctions regime, and those measures, combined with plummeting oil prices, sent the Russian economy into a tailspin. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, estimated that more than 1,000 Russian troops were actively fighting inside Ukraine when Russia and Ukrainian leaders met for ceasefire talks in Minsk, Belarus, on September 5. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the Lux Tech channel, and turn on post notifications to see more of our future videos. With that said, keep enjoying our videos, and I'll see you in the next video.